Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. How are we, everybody, on this good day? That slight humming sound you can hear in the background is the heater, because my tussies are somewhat chilly this morning. It's definitely winter-esque, almost, okay? So, what's the skinny? What's the news? What's the going on? Well, I thought we'd talk about Alison Pearson and Maya Forstater this morning. In case you've been living on Mars, Alison Pearson was visited by the Bobbies, the Rozzers, as they would have been known, or as I like to call them these days, the Keystone Cops, bless them, who came to talk to her about the fact that she may have committed a non-crime hate crime incident, which we thought, to be fair, was roundly rogered by Harry of the Miller. This didn't happen, of course, you see. The High Court said they had to stop this nonsense, and they've just ignored it. They've ignored it because the Royal College of Policing is a socialist woke blob. That's why they ignored it. That's my thinking. You'll probably have your own about this, I imagine. Now, before we continue, come be a warrior teacher. We had first session of year 3 last night. It was brilliant. So excited to be doing this. And I'm so excited to be working with all these people that are coming to join us. So you can be one of them. Links in the tubers. Come be a warrior teacher. We're starting Monday. So you can come and join the November cohort. It'd be great to see you. Please do come and join us. So where was I? Oh yeah, Harry Miller. Now, Harry, you recall, took the police to court after a similar situation arose with him, where they're policing speech. And now it's happened, not just to Alison Pearson, but to Maya, who was arrested in 2023. Not arrested, sorry, but interviewed in 2023 under this kind of "we'd like to talk to you," which is essentially a trawling exercise to try and find something on someone. So we've got Maya and we've got Alison, which is just two that have reached the headlines recently, as you can see a picture of them both there. My question is this going to be just a couple of one-offs, or is there thousands of people that this is happening to and we don't realise it? That's what I'm after understanding. And I think it's probably that there are thousands of people this is happening to, but Maya and Alison are public figures, but for different reasons, both of them, but they are both public figures. There's no getting away from it. They are in the public eye, so to speak. So it's utterly ridiculous when this sort of stuff occurs that I have to make arrangements in case it happens to me. It probably won't. I'm just saying it's probably a good idea to be armed with what you can do. So there are various threads going around at the moment with people, including Harry, saying you don't have to talk to them, so don't give them anything, don't discuss it with them. Ask if they have a warrant for your arrest, and if they don't, ignore them. Now that's probably the best way forward. I'm going to go with the advice that Harry gives, because he has a particular understanding of all this, and I think that's the wise way to go. And also, you should join the Free Speech Union. But this is happening for a particular reason, I think, and it's that reason, really, that we ought to start to consider and think about a lot more. And that reason is because we have the concept of a hate crime in the first place. Now, I've watched as some GC people, particularly some GC women who are worried about violence against women and girls, and rightly so, who have said we need misogyny to be part of the hate crime thing. Well, I don't agree with you, I'm afraid. I've come to the conclusion. And that's not because I wish harm upon women and girls. It's because I think what we need to do is to eradicate the concept of hate crime completely. Completely. We need to get it gone. We need to get it gone, and we need to eradicate laws that really cover speech that is not per se a threat or per se a direct call for violent action. So I should be able to call that bloke in a dress an absolute twat and a flippin' idiot. And I should be able to call for the eradication of fetishism in the workplace without worrying that I might get a knock on the door from the police. Don't you think? And saying, well, misogyny also needs to be part of it, doesn't help that situation. It worsens it. It worsens it. And when you really start to drill down and think about what exactly that means when we ask for that to be added, we want to add misogyny to it. It's an appeal to a toxic parent, to give a toxic parent more power. That's what it is. Because when the state acts in this way, turning up when there's been no law broken and using the servants of the state in order to harass and intimidate people under the guise of a non-crime hate incident, then what you've got is wait till daddy gets home, which is the punitive state in action, the toxic parent being punitive towards individuals. We've just come to have a chat with you about what you said. Yeah, don't do that. Let's sit down and discuss why your behaviour is bad. That's what the hell do they think they're doing? We are not children. We are adults. We are adults. Right? So it's absolutely about time that we stopped. And then I got to think about how do we stop it? So I'm looking then at crime stats and seeing that, it's extraordinary that people who shoplift seem to get away with it. That there's a certain amount. It's almost getting like America, where so as long as it's less than 199 quid, don't worry. And people just go in with impunity and nick a leg of lamb, and half a pound of cheese. That's what it seems like to me. That's what's going on now. But in addition to that, we've also got low sentences for certain things, which is not the purview of the police. That's the purview of the courts and the CPS. But this tolerance for certain areas of crime, but yet they'll turn up at your door to talk to you about what you said online. It's just bonkers in my book. So how do we get around it? What do we do? Well, I think, says Barry, he's having a mull on this. I think what we need to do when it comes to the rozzers, right, comes to the old policings, is we have to recognise that the police are servants of those who direct them, and that most police wouldn't want to be involved in this bullshit. Anyway, they didn't join the police to go, right, who said what to who today? They didn't. They joined the police to serve the people. Because they serve at our pleasure, because we have policing by consent, which is a rarity, but we have policing by consent. So how do we start pushing the police in the right direction rather than in the wibbling nonsense that they keep coming up with now? And I would say that the easiest way to do that, right? I'm going to want your opinion on this, because some people are going to go, he's nuts, he's lost it. Okay. As I think we take the approach that points win prizes. And we should treat it like a game, right? So it's like it's a game. Policing should be like a game. We treat it like a game. If that's what you want. If we want to play games, we'll play games back. So, for example, we categorize crimes according to their severity. So right at the top, violence, murder, all the nasty stuff until we get down. And right at the bottom will be non-crime hate crimes or speech crimes or anything to do with the LGBTQ or critical race theory or anything to do with race and nonsense like that will be at the bottom. And that they would, if you went cleared up a crime or did an interview, you get a point for doing it. Or in this case, for those, you get a -1. Right? Now, if you solved man's max, other man in face, man arrested, goes to court, you get 5 points. If you solve a murder, you get 35 points. So in other words, we reward the police not by the number of collars they get, but by the number of points. Do you think that would focus their mind? Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I might be insane. I probably am insane. But you just imagine. You say, right, these are the most important crimes. Here's the ones you've got to solve at the moment. So we're going to give the one that's bothering everybody, for example, assaults in public or shoplifting or whatever's bothering everybody at the moment. That currently has a rating of 10. Off you go. Yeah, but I've got 4 non-crime hate incidents to investigate today. Yeah, they've got their -8 at the moment. So you'll lose 64 points, 32 points if you go and investigate those 4. But why don't you do some of the shoplifting? Because you'll get, 10 points for each of them. There's a serious edge to this. If the police want to treat their relationship with the public as a game, then maybe that's the way to go. But the truth of the matter is, it's an uncomfortable thing to sit and wonder whether they're coming for you next. Hate crime goes. Of course, there's hate speech, but it shouldn't be codified in law. Anything in law that means that things cannot be spoken about must go. And that includes the concept that misogyny should be part of it. Sorry, gals, I just think you're wrong. And on that note, I'll leave you to it, all right? Have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.